for all the new followers, you're gonna love this story. When it comes to the feasts, they call them the Jewish feasts, but they're not. Look, when did we become Christians? On Passover and first fruits, right? When Jesus gave up his spirit as a Passover lamb and he rose from the dead, that's a Jewish feast. But that's when we became Christians. Jesus is fulfilling these feasts for everyone, for the whole world. Now, what does it matter? Listen to this. This is just so beautiful. The gestation period of a baby in the womb, right, is about 40 weeks. Okay. When is Passover? The 14th day of the first month. On average, when does a woman ovulate? The 14th day of the cycle. So, okay, like, that's interesting, right? Okay, it gets way deeper. You got Passover. That is the 14th day of the first month. That is the 14th day, on average, of a woman's cycle. Remember, it's 40 weeks. So look, let's see if every major development of a baby in the womb lines up to one of these feasts. And what does our Father say? Before we were in the womb, He knew us. Our names are written in the book of life before the foundations of the earth were ever laid. That your works are wonderful, and my soul knows it. He knows every hair on our head. Okay, so 14th day, woman ovulates. That's Passover. The second day, unleavened bread, which unleavened bread is a 7-day feast, but the second day is known as unleavened bread. When the bread goes into the oven, what happens? Jesus goes down into the oven, into hell, and gets the keys of hell and death from Satan. And the moon also rises through Scorpio on that day. I forgot to mention that on Passover, the moon rises through Libra. The scales, the price of justice has been paid for. The third day, first fruits. Jesus rises from the dead, becomes the first fruit offering. The moon rises through Ophiuchus, the champion holding the serpent by the head and the tail. This plays out every year in the sun, moon, and stars. And that third day, so now the second day, unleavened bread, that is fertilization day. That's when, once the egg drops on ovulation, day 14, then you have 24 hours for the egg to be fertilized. That happens on unleavened bread. The third day, first fruits. That's implantation day, when the egg attaches to the uterus. We're going to have to skip the Feast of Trumpets, but every feast, okay. Feast of Trumpets, day 180 of the year. Guess what happens with the baby? The baby can now respond to sound. On Feast of Trumpets, the baby can now respond to sound. 10 days later, Day of Atonement, the blood sacrifice, well, guess what? Day 190, the baby is self-sufficient with its own blood, no longer getting its blood from the placenta. Not only that, you can't mix the mother and baby's blood at that point. Day 190, guess what? Hanukkah, the 40th week, the dedication of the temple, you guessed it, the baby's born. Every single major development of baby in the womb lines up exactly with the feast, starting at day 4.